Hey Redux Rebels, it's C-Dubs and welcome to my first episode of C-Dubs What? Well, I will answer all of your cosplay questions that you have. Today's first episode is about Plasti-dip, but first, we just came back from Amazing Houston Comic Con, which was totally amazing. I competed in the cosplay contest and I got third place with my White Tiger cosplay! Yay! I would like to thank the judges for giving me this awesome prize from Garage FX. It's a Halo Magnum kit. If you would like to get your own Halo kit, you could go to garagefx.com. They also have Halo rifles. Some of the biggest questions that I had concerning Plasti-dip was how I incorporated it into my mask. And it's coating the outside, and you'll notice that I have a black can here, but this comes in several different colors: orange, blue, white, and this is the white version. So what is this made out of? It's made out of cardstock, masking tape, paper napkins, Elmer's glue, hot glue, 3M spray glue, and Plasti-dip. The exact construction of it, the base, is made from cardstock, and the cardstock pattern is used making a modified Deadpool Pepakura pattern. I added the ears from just separate triangle pieces that weren't part of the pattern, and I filled in the edges here with hot glue. And everything's held together on the base with masking tape. On the outside, I put 2 layers of paper towels using the Elmer's glue paper mache method, and I did the same to the inside, so it's kind of thick and sturdy. You can hear it. It's freaking sturdy. It's a semi-rigid mask. Then on top of that was all the Plasti-dip, and there's on the inside it's black, and I used 2 cans on the inside and then 2 cans of white on the outside. Then the details are the acrylic, and this is a wig piece that was glued on with liquid cement. Now, one of the questions that I had is by Mountain Whales from our Tumblr page. Wants to know if you can sand Plasti-dip. Yes, you can sand it. It kind of gives it a leathery look and feel. So if that's what you're going for, by all means, you can do that. Just make sure that you understand that as you sand it down, the layers are going to get thinner and you're going to have to put more layers down. It's best just to do several thin light layers if you want to keep the napkin pattern. It gives just a great triangular pattern, or depending on if you get a different one, they have some with stripes, you can have a stripe pattern. If you want to get rid of the pattern though, you're going to have to lay down thicker layers, but you have to be careful that you don't lay them down too much because then it will get runny, at which point you'll definitely have to sand it down and it may not come out exactly the way that you want it if you want to do like I did and just leave the Plasti-dip finish, because there's nothing on top of this. It's just straight white Plasti-dip. The next question I had was, is it Dremel? I don't know. I don't own a Dremel and I've never Dremeled anything. So you would have to go and practice that on your own and let me know how it turns out. Post pictures. We'll share them on our cosplay page. We'll do whatever. We just want to get the information out to you so that you can learn and we can learn, because that's what cosplay is all about: learning and sharing and getting better at the craft. Now, there was another question about, is it flexible after you coat it? And I have 3 different examples here. This is my silverware tray. They didn't have one that fit in my apartment drawer, so I had to make one. The base of this is cardboard, and the inner pieces here that are connected are super sturdy and they don't move. And they wanted to know if it cracks, and you can hear the silverware moving around, but none of this is going to crack. It's super sturdy, cardboard base with the paper mache, same exact method for the mask here. This is using the black Plasti-dip, and it's like I said, it's sturdy. I could like punch this and nothing's gonna happen to it. After that, the second level would be the mask. It's hard on top, but it's still semi-rigid. You can see that it's flexible, and I'll put it on for you so that you can see how flexible it is. I know it's going to be kind of hard for you to hear me inside of this, but it's flexible here, but then it's still rigid at the top. And the most rigid pieces are the ear points. The ear points are the hardest pieces. It's almost like this. So it has varying degrees of hardness, but none of this is going to crack. Like, I can take and I can like bend the ears and you can't hear anything because it's not cracking. It's pretty solid, but still flexible. Then our last piece that I have over here as an example, the base of this is EVA foam. And as you can see, I can bend it. I would say the flexibility of this is like 96%. You don't want to just completely just bend it and put something on top of it because it'll stretch. It is rubber, it'll stretch. And whenever you take the book off of it, if that's what you have smashing it, it will maybe look a little frumpy. What I did, because you can see it's kind of flat, and this has to fit on my shin. What I did in the hotel to make this round, because I didn't have a heat gun, I tied it using shoestrings to the lamp in the room. And if you look at it, you can't even tell that I tied it to anything. But whenever I first took this off the lamp, you could see the shoestring pattern on it. So it will bend and it will release the bend, but I wouldn't push it past that 96% because you don't want to accidentally do anything to it, even though it is as flexible as it is. So like I mentioned earlier, it comes in several different colors. I know that there's orange, there's blue, there's white, there's black, and you can paint on top of this. The paint that I suggest you use is this Liquitex. This is a very basic paint, but it's permanent, it's water resistant, and it's flexible whenever it dries. It's exactly what I used on this, and I used gold and black. But other than that, if you have any more questions, just shoot us an email at rebelsaga@yahoo.com or locate us on Tumblr, on Facebook, on Twitter. We're also on Instagram. Just don't hesitate to send us your questions. It's amazing. It's Plasti-dip. It's flexible. Work with it. You won't regret it. Do experiments. Let us know how they go. Thank you, and keep it epically real.